You know, when you stop being childish,
Hassan,
Omar, we'll make progress.
Hassan, let's
don't get angry, sir.
okay, let's Hassan.
So you'll never be governor of Mombasa. I can give it to you.
That's why
now this is going
president of Kenya. I can give it to you.
I finish my session.
Hassan, I kindly request that you contain yourself. Hassan, kindly.
I mean, let me.
Hassan, kindly.
Let's
Stop attacking right now.
Co-chair,
cannot come here and also start to intimidate us.
Co-chair, I beg.
Be governor here, governor there. You will also
But we
never be
didn't
president of
expect it.
Kenya.
Kindly,
No,
Hassan, kindly. We've done so well.
Everybody. I'm so ashamed that at one time he was Secretary General of my party. I really apologize.
No, I now want to beg kindly that the two of you now kindly, I beg you, stop what you're doing. Let Super Churchill have his last minute so we can move to the next one. Kindly, I beg you.
Because this is a serious engagement. Let us avoid demonizing. Because I've listened to Omar over time, saying one constant factor, another constant factor. I want you to know one of those factors has been sitting here with you. Because as a running mate to Raila in 2013 and in 2017, okay? And I know you were my Secretary General.
You considered the election of 2007 and you Peter Katikati hapo.
No, that's a different thing.
Kindly finish 1 minute.
Of course I did. It's a fact I did and I saved your country.
Kindly, Super, finish.
Hello and what's up everybody, this is Elijah Gashoro. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in case you're new here, tap that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me, and you're the reason I do these videos. Like I say, this is the greatest YouTuber in the Republic of Kenya, and the A in my name stands for exactly what you need. Hassan Omar and Kalonzo were engaged in a tussle during the bipartisan talks between the Kenya Kwanza coalition and the ODM, or the Azimio One Kenya coalition. The two were seen arguing about some issues here and there, and it went personal. And Hassan Omar actually told Kalonzo that is a reason why he'll never be the president of Kenya. And Kalonzo retaliated by telling Hassan Omar he will also never be the governor of Mombasa. So this personal grudge was seen live on camera, and it actually comes to kind of authenticate or validate the statements by the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua, who said the bipartisan talks will go nowhere because, like we have seen, there is infighting already. Infighting has already started, and that is a very bad precedence because it shows that the members are unable to stay objective. Because if they are objective, there's no need of tarnishing each other's reputation. There's no need of going into somebody's personal life, their political life. Anyway, this is something that was expected because these are two warring sides. These are two sides of a political divide, and therefore it's expected that there will be tension. It's expected that there will be bad blood. It is expected that there will be differing opinions. These people will never agree, and it's impossible to agree because one thing is that the Kenya Kwanza coalition has already ruled out the talks. You know, they are saying that this is just a measure of keeping Kenyans busy, but in real sense there is nothing actually that will come out of these talks. And it's not just the Deputy President. Guys, remember Ndindi Nyoro, the MP for Kiharu, also said that these talks are going nowhere and they should even be cancelled. You know, these talks should even be abandoned. They should even be cancelled. It's a waste of time. These are words from our leaders, guys. These are words from the Kenya Kwanza leaders who feel that these bipartisan talks are nothing to go by. They are not a going concern anymore. And it is unfortunate because maybe Kenyans deep down in their hearts are expecting solutions that will come out of these talks. But I'm really wondering what solution will the talks bring that maybe the government is not looking into. Remember, these talks were a remedy for protests, the weekly protests that we used to realize. And I'm quite sure the government is cognizant of the issues that the Kenyans are going through. And we have seen so many other groups come and testify before this committee. However, the IEBC led by Wafula Chebukati, they said they are not going to appear before this commission because appearing appearing on these bipartisan talks means that they are validating that these people were not defeated fair and squarely, and that will be a betrayal to the other members of the commission who actually stood up for the elections that happened in 2022. So this petty wars that we are witnessing, actually, I don't know the duration of these bipartisan talks. When are they ending? And what is really the effect of these talks? What is said to be achieved? What are the deliverables? Because you can come here and talk and talk and talk, and we have been talking for a very long time, you know. It is even boring to see these bipartisan talks every day. Every day they are talking. Every day they are talking about what? You know, we want to see actions, you know. And if indeed there is no solution in sight, then the opposition should go back home and prepare for 2027. Otherwise, you're wasting a lot of taxpayers' money, you know, meeting in expensive hotels, discussing issues that have already been discussed, repeating ourselves and showing Kenyans that we are busy. If you people are idle, you know, just go and find something else to do. I don't see why we should be talking. The reason why I'm saying this is, remember there was a time the bipartisan talks began early this year. And it's actually the opposition that opted out of the bipartisan talks, claiming or accusing the government of contempt, accusing the government of not listening to them, accusing the government of not taking the talks seriously. You know? So they left these talks in the first place. So now they are here coming back to tell us that, we need, I don't know what, I don't know, we need to do this, we need to bring panelists to these talks, we need to do this and that, you know. So it becomes a challenge, because why would you leave the talks in the first place and then come back and want the talks again? You know, it is like a means of sabotaging the government, because you're saying that if we don't have the talks, we're going back to the streets, you know. And they went back to the streets, and so many people died, you know. And it's very wrong to lead people to death, to lead people to fighting with the police, to lead people to demonstrations, you know. Now think about the people who lost their lives. Think about the people who were maimed. Think about the people who lost their property during the demonstrations, you know. And now, see these people now, they are sitting in air-conditioned spaces, just talking, you know, just giving statements, just saying things left, right, and center. So now you wonder, you know, the disconnect between the people who lost their lives, the people who lost their property, and these people are sitting down here proposing changes. I don't know what changes that they want, you know. And you wonder, we have the National Assembly, we have the Senate. These are the places where these laws should actually go and be enacted and the changes be made. However, the opposition argue that these two houses are already extensions of the executive, and they have been captured by the executive, and therefore there is nothing that is of substance or substantial that can pass in these two houses, because as it is right now, the executive has captured, and everything that the executive wants passes. Now my question is, even if we are having the talks, how are they beneficial to Kenyans? If the government increased the VAT on fuel when we had an opposition, and the talks are going on, the government increased cost of basic commodities, the dollar is weakening against the shilling, the government is still proposing the new NHIF bill and it will sail through, The government passed the finance bill of 2023 when still the opposition. So now you wonder, what is the benefit of these talks? Because the government is already having its way in everything that it wants to do. Okay, it's already having its way in everything that it wants to do. So now my question is, how will you ensure that you actually maybe tame the cost of living? By talks. We've been talking since the beginning of the year. In fact, the first talks yielded nothing. The demonstrations yielded nothing. And now we believe that these talks will yield something. I think doing things the same thing and expecting different results is actually insanity. And I think there's a lot of insanity that is going on right now with these talks, because like I say, that the deputy president says, and is a second in command, these talks will yield nothing. And also, in my honest opinion, I think these talks will yield nothing. They'll just go on and on and on and on and on, and then the talks are over. Then what? Then recommendations. How will you ensure the government does this recommendation? As a matter of fact, the government has been having task forces. We had the police reform task force led by Marag. They submitted their recommendations to President President William Ruto. You know, and he said he'll implement some of the things, such as having 2 entry levels for police, one for cadet and the other one for the regular constables. Excuse me. We also saw the task force on education, the presidential working party on education reforms, you know, and that task force submitted its recommendations to the president. But when the recommendations wanted to be implemented, they argued that the executive cannot implement recommendations. Okay, so why are you having the talks if they cannot even be implemented in the first place? Anyway, guys, that is food for thought. Think about it. Thank you guys for watching this video. This has been your guy, Elijah Geshoro. Make sure you subscribe, like, watch, and share this video with your friends and family so that we can create a big community that can talk about anything and everything. In the meantime, adios and see you in the next one.